Hi, I'm Isaac with Reynolds Farm Equipment. Today I'll be going over the 2025R. This tractor here, 25 horse compact utility tractor that's going to come with a 120R loader, and it's going to have a rear PTO as well. It's just about the perfect tractor for somebody with a smaller acreage home, a small hobby farm, something of the sorts. This tractor here has plenty of different utility purposes and can be used in many different ways. To start with this tractor, I'm going to show you just kind of the dash display here. So what we have here, this is going to be your actual ignition for your key. So to start this tractor, you're first going to turn the key once. You're going to wait for your glow plugs to warm up here, so this little sensor here will go away, and then it is ready to fire. So at that point, you go ahead and turn the key one more time, and you'll be ready to roll. Also on here is going to be your actual throttle. So this will control your actual engine speed. You're going to have your PTO and gauge. This will be how you'll turn on your mid-mount PTO or your rear PTO. Steering wheel on these by using this lever on the side, so you can bring it up or back, whatever's most comfortable. On the left side, you'll have your turn signals. So you're going to have your left and your right turn signal here. You're also going to have your hazards, your front headlights with your hazards, and then you're also going to have your headlights plus your work lights that come off the back. So here you're going to have your actual gear shift. So this is going to be high, low, and neutral here. This is going to be how you're going to change your different gears. This will change where your PTO is running. So you can either have both running at the same time. You could have just your rear running, or you could have your forward, or your rear, or your mid-mount PTO engaged. Here is going to be your actual fuel, where you would put your diesel fuel in. This would be your fuel gauge. And then down here will be the controls for your mid-mount mower if you were to get it attached. This would be the setting where you could drive on and off of the mower deck, and these would, as you turn it, you could control your different heights of which to cut at. So these are going to be your forward and reverse pedals, as we call them here, the twin touch pedals. A lot of different uh, unnamed competitors have what we would call the treadle pedal, where your forward and reverse would be all right here in one foot. So separating these pedals makes it a lot easier on the customer or the user, the operator, just because of the fact that you have different pedals completely to go with, and it kind of feels more like a vehicle style. Other thing to be mentioned about this is a hydrostat transmission, meaning that you can use these and it will not be a gear shifted tractor. So right here is going to be your loader controls. This will be how you operate the loader up and down. So to show you this, I'll go ahead and turn on the tractor. So to pull the bucket up, you're just going to pull back here, and to actually push the bucket forward or backward, you're just going to go side to side, just like this. Over here, you're going to have your actual 3-point arms. This is going to be how you'll bring them up and down. There's also a lock that we have here, so if you want them set at a specific height, you can bring your arm to here and lock this lock in. Also over here, you're going to have a little 12-volt amp here. So our R-Series tractors, you're going to get the single-point hydraulics. So all of your hydraulics are going to run to one coupler, meaning that this is going to mean that you're basically going to have a way easier time getting this loader on and off. So that being said, if I were going to take off my loader, all I would do was make sure I shake my loader controls just to make sure I let out all the hydraulic pressure. And then I would go ahead and I would pull this lever up, and that would unhook that coupler. So now you're free to take off the loader. At this point, the only thing you would need to do is kick these two, one on each side, these little, I would call them rockers here, kick them up with your boot. And this bar inside is actually this is a freestanding loader, so that's a kickstand for it. So as you go ahead and start backing out of your tractor after you push these up with your boot, the loader will then just be freestanding and will be standing by itself. To keep going over some of the loader other functions that are important, if you ever wanted to take your bucket off, also super simple. All it's going to be is these pins down here. You're going to just need to pull those off each side, and at that point, you can set your bucket down at whatever level surface you're at, and you can kind of just come under these hooks and back right out of that bucket so that you could hook up to different implements like forks or other things that you could run off the bucket. One other feature to notice on the front of this is going to be how do you get to the hood. So you would just want to take your key And there's a little button here that you'll see. You can press in with it, and that'll pop your hood. So then you're able to get underneath the hood of the tractor. The back of the tractor is going to have a couple different things to kind of note. So to start with our safety bar up top here, this is basically just going to be a roll bar just in case you ever were to roll the tractor. We obviously suggest to leave it up, but at the same time, if you do have some kind of height restriction, all you're going to have to do is pull these pins out, and then you'll pull this pin out. You'll be able to drop this over just so that you're able to make a different height, and it makes the tractor just a lot shorter in general. Other things to be noticed off the back, your actual 3-point hitch. So this is going to be how you hook up any rear implements. It's going to be with your bush hogs, your tillers, grooming mowers, anything of the sorts off the back will be connected to this rear PTO. So this rear PTO has a shield around it to kind of protect anything from coming into that area. You're also going to be hooking up this as well as your top arm will be hooking up to your different implements. So at that point, you would just raise and lower this bar to bring these arms up and down to kind of control how high you want your implements up and running. So other than that, you're going to have your slow moving vehicle sign, and the back to the tractor is ready to be equipped with an implement.